This is going to be an amazing video, very amazing video. बहुत important होने वाला है ये, because this is going to teach you about how to crack the most critical structures in a product interview. So I want everyone to just like the video, enjoy it, and there are a lot of announcements that I'm going to make today. So it'll be great that you guys essentially start liking the video. So Harshit is asking, hello bhaiya, hope you're doing great. What do you think of a book, Cracking the PM Interview? It's a good book, but ideally any book that you read, any book that you specifically want to read about, it is all dependent on how you essentially start to think about and crack that exam, and how do you build your sense. Now, first and foremost, before I want to do that, I want to make two announcements for everyone. Okay. The first announcement that I'm going to make is that I have collaborated with Product Management Exercises. Basically, it's a forum which has more than 150K plus views and simultaneously 150K plus followers. They have essentially given me free access to their course, to their products. So I just want to showcase the product to you guys, which is going to be super amazing. Yeah. So here it is. So basically, this is a product that they have essentially developed, which is productmanagementexercises.com, right? Give me a second. I just want to, yeah, awesome. So what you can essentially do by using this product is you can just upload. So in most of the product companies, everybody has to write good PRDs. So a lot of times what people do is they essentially start thinking from writing a one pager and quickly making the designs. So you can go on productmonkey.ai. You can just upload your designs or your Figma URL. Then what it does, it automatically converts those PRDs into product requirements and engineering ticket tasks, moves them to it can also move them to Trello, Jira, whatever you're using, Basecamp, whatever you're using, and it works completely like fun. I have personally used it and created a lot of PRDs, and it's going to be super, super fun. Whenever you, even for an aspiring PM who wants to write a PRD, who is a designer or who's working with a designer, they can use this tool to generate great PRDs. It is supported by an AI that they are essentially using, probably generative AI only. So it has a 2x improvement in productivity, 20% improvement in free time, and it's 100% privacy protected. So this is absolutely free as of now. So because they have told me to collaborate it across, so this I am giving you guys completely free. Please grow, sign up, let me know the feedback, and do everything around it. Okay? The methods that I'm going to teach are personally developed and understood by me over the last 8 years. I'm not saying I've not taken collaborations and learnings from other people, but it is something that I personally believe is very helpful in cracking any product interview. So कोई भी PM interview, any PM interview fundamentally tests you for 4 skills, right? The first skill is called product sense. The second skill is called product execution. The third skill is called business thinking or business model thinking in general. And the last skill is called behavioral skills or communication skills, right? The format is very different across companies, but core skills essentially are the same, right? So that is something that is, so the hard truth is that most companies require you to think on your feet and respond quickly, right? Uska reason hai why they test all of these 4 things, because you must have seen that bubble wala thing, that product management is an intersection of business, tech, and design and whatever and whatnot, right? So the ideal reason here is that most people who think that product managers just have to do the job of developing a product. No, it's not. The job of a product manager is to first develop the product, then how do you essentially sell the product, and then how do you scale the product. So while you are giving PM interviews, I want you to remember 3-4 things. The first thing, be flexible, right? ऐसा नहीं होता, most mock interviews don't go as planned. Don't force some random framework that you've put across in your head, like RICE framework or some other random framework, just because you have read about it. Doesn't work like that, right? That's one. The second thing, you have to consistently keep practicing these methods. These methods may work for you, may not work for you, but you consistently keep practicing, you will learn a lot of things from here, right? Third thing, as a general rule of thought, please don't jump to the answer of a question just when you have heard the question. Think about for it for at least 20-30 seconds. What is the interviewer asking me? And given that, then that prompt is given to you, like, for example, build a movies product for Facebook, or build a credit product for Paytm, or build a payments product for Flipkart, whatever that is. Just collect your thoughts and then respond. These general principles I want you to accord for. तो यार सबसे पहले तो पूछते हैं कि ये प्रोडक्ट सेंस होती क्या है? What is product sense even, right? So let me kind of define it, right? So there is a very good PM called Jules Water. So he essentially defined PMs in this way, right? That product sense is the ability to consistently craft products or make changes to products in terms of features that have the right intended impact on the users. Okay, let me explain what do you mean by intended impact. Intended impact in general means that you have to understand that, for example, you are working for Flipkart and you want to improve the sign up flow for some reason, like you see that there's some latency issues, some problem there is, right? And you make a something like a product change, maybe build some kind of a sign up module around it. And if you build a sign up module around it, and if it improves your sign up rate, then only you have built a product from a product sense lens. Now, if the sign up rate doesn't improve, or probably people add to cart improves or something else improves, it is not because of the thought that you have put across, because you wanted to solve the problem of people coming on the website to the people number of signing up on the website. Make sense? This is a very important skill for PMs to make strategic choices and steer the product in the right directions. A lot of PMs, what they essentially do, they slowly and steadily they start developing product sense in domains like platform, data, fintech, edtech, right? Over time, like I have consistently spent like 4 or 5 years in edtech across places, right? So I know for a fact in general edtech models, how do they work? So I have tried to develop my product sense in those areas. यहाँ तक क्लैरिटी है? Again, I will repeat. The definition of product sense is that you essentially craft products or make changes to existing products at a feature, at probably at a platform level, which have the intended impact on the users. Intended means the hypothesis that you had built. After I will build this is going to happen. So, how do interviews test for product sense, right? In general, people will give you a broad user problem and your goals. To a certain level, they'll give you. If they don't give you goals, you design your goals, right? And then you have to consistently keep asking questions. Okay, am I making the right choice? Am I not making the right choice? The interviewer will keep testing your thinking, your ability to prioritize, get into the user's shoes, be creative, build a compelling narrative so that eventually you build something that people love. So this is done. So it is going to be a broad user problem, very broad user problem. And what you have to essentially see is that most people are making you, whatever choices that you're making, they align from the clarifying moment to the goal, to the user needs, to the user segmentation. And we're going to talk about it, and we are going to do a problem around it. But then again, I just want you to be like very open around it, that product sense is going to think that can you make a very ambiguous statement like build a product for pets in India, whatever, right? And how do you break it down to actionables? And this is where most PM make mistakes. Like a lot of PMs quickly jump to the answer. A lot of PMs don't understand the hypothesis. A lot of PMs don't understand the right metrics around it. So we are just going to break that down. Make sense? यहां तक क्लैरिटी आ गई कि प्रोडक्ट सेंस प्रॉब्लम में तुमसे क्या पूछा जा सकता है. So the next thing that we have to essentially start thinking about is that what is the typical structure, right? What is the typical structure of solving a product sense problem, right? So the typical approach that I think about is a very general approach of writing a PRD itself, right? I'll give you a very PRD में क्या करते हो? What do you do in a PRD? You start thinking from, okay, what's my objective? You clarify that objective from business. Try to understand, okay, I want to build something like this. Like, for example, if I want to build a tuition class product for India, my objective is, can I build something for a supplementary education product in India? Then what do? You understand what is the current pain point or what is the problem that people are facing right now. That's the second part. So based on that, you decide the company's goal. Okay, my goal is to navigate through these pain points and build something which is valuable for the user. So first of all, I will clarify that what do I want to build. Second is, what is my product mission and goal, right? Third is, then I will segment. Okay, because I cannot build for everybody, right? I told you in the last lecture that you only build for when you can define the problem narrowly initially. ये बात क्लियर है? सो आई विल ट्राई टू स्टार्ट डूइंग यूजर सेगमेंटेशन कि what is the broad user segment, are they good users, bad users, whatever ABCD, low intent user, mid intent, and we will define that, right? Then we essentially go to the user needs and pain points, right? What are the core user needs and pain points? ये भी हम PRD में करते हैं. Then we prioritize those pain points, maybe based on user research and stuff like that. Then we essentially come to solutions and we say that these are the top solutions for the prioritized problems that I've taken. And then we put across metrics around it that basically, okay, how do I measure the success of that solution in that PR? तो यही करते हैं ना PRD में. यहां तक सब aligned है मेरे साथ? Do you everybody have I taught the same thing everywhere? That PRD का structure यही होता है. Clarify, goal, segmentation, needs and pain points, उनका prioritization and solutions. अब मैं तुम सबके साथ I'm going to do a problem. ठीक है? So let's do it live. अभी अभी solve करते हैं and अभी अभी fix करने की कोशिश करते हैं. ठीक है? So the problem that I'm giving to all of you guys is that how do you build a pet marketplace for farmers in India? Okay. First of all, before we essentially go there, there's one question that has come from all-rounder BA. One question: what is the difference between a PRD and BRD and PRD at this stage? Okay, fair enough. So BRD is typically called a business requirement document and PRD is called a product requirement document. Business requirement document typically talks about that what is my business objective, right? That basically what my business essentially wants to do. Does it want to penetrate the market? Does it want to get more users? Does it want to grow economically? Whatever it is, right? And I don't talk about the product behavior or the product layer behavior. I don't talk about like, okay, I'll build this design or that design, right? For essentially ensuring that my business objective is met. A BRD at this point only talks about why this market makes sense, why there is a problem in this market, and what can be the viable business that can be built out of it. So I'll write business assumptions, business processes, all of those things, right? But in a PRD, I'm going to talk about things at a user level. That, okay, in order to achieve this business objective, these are the business objectives that I want to essentially, or the product objectives that I essentially want to solve for. Yahan tak clarity hai. I hope all-rounder BA, I gave your answer. There's also a video on the channel which explains the difference between a BRD, a PRD, a FRD, or DRD, which is already there. Go check it out. Awesome. So we are going to start again, coming back to the same point. So the question is, how do you build a pet marketplace for farmers in India? इतना broad statement है, मैंने इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं बोला है. That's the only question that I ask you. How do you build a pet marketplace for farmers in India? It's a product sense question.